How's your mouth, man?
Better. It's cooling down. I got some on the lips. The lips are tingling.
Yeah. For me, it's always the same thing. It goes hiccups, 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 and then normal Sasha again. Well, aloha, everyone, from me and the beautiful gentleman you can see above me. This is the talented gentleman whose work you have seen through our intro credits. This is Mr. Moldy Creations. Hello, Moldy Creations.
Hello, Sash.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you too, my friend.
Good to see you too, sir. Now, those of you who are not so sure about Mr. Moldy's work, well, I can say two things to you. First thing I can tell you is have a look at these links up here, and then you can go and you can see and buy all the beautiful art that my boy here makes. But maybe, I'm pretty sure actually, most of you have seen something which is currently over my shoulder over here.
Or above my head even.
And we got one over there in the States above his head. That behind me is Charlie the Chilli. He is our company mascot. He was designed and created by this talented gentleman up here in America. And I'm not sure if you can see it because of the editing, but Charlie's brother is hanging somewhere above Mr. Moldy's head. Can you bring him in?
There he is.
Okay. Love it.
I gave
Charlie
this
the
guy
Chilli's brother
a black tongue this time. Did a little differently.
I love it. This Charlie the Chilli's brother is coming to live with us at some point soon. Mr. Moldy Creations, I named Charlie the Chilli. Why don't you name his brother for us?
Ooh.
Tell the lovely people out there what will be the name of this beauty when he comes to live with us.
What is the normal name of this type of red chili? Is there a specific?
Not really, apart from when I look, I see what looks to me like a peri-peri chili.
When I was at the store, excuse me, looking at the getting habanero, I noticed that they had some red chilies there, and they referred to them as the Fresno type, which is a city here in California that I used to live in. So I was actually thinking maybe Fresno Fred.
Fresno Fred. There he is. Named live on Experts and Idiots. That's Fresno Fred. You can see up there. And very soon you will notice our boy Charlie here living next door to Fresno Fred, who will be living right there. Perfect. When he makes his way over from the States.
It's filling it. It's kind of full circle, since I used to live in Fresno. There was a type at the store, they looked just like this. They were a Fresno strain, and so yeah, Fresno Fred.
I love it. Fresno Fred coming to live with us very, very soon. Mr. Awesome. Moldy Creations, for those lovely people out there who don't know your work, give them a little bit of info about yourself.
Well, let's see, about 6 years ago, my son was born, my firstborn, and I found myself home, obviously, a lot. I used to ride my motorcycle around and do, just whatever outside of regular family activity, but found myself at home a lot more, and I wanted to try to figure out a way to capitalize on art, since I've always been artistic. And people have suggested things to me like doing tattooing, because I used to be more into drawing and never did sculpting until my son came into the world. But I was trying to figure out what sort of avenue I should take, and I was thinking originally of doing wood carving. And so I sat down with a Dremel and a block of wood, and I sculpted out like a little alien creature. Actually, I think I have it.
Oh, cool.
Here he is. So I just took this random block of wood. It's not the right kind of wood, even if you wanted to get into carving, because it splits quite easily. But I wanted to see if I could make a skull, and it kind of turned into more of like an alien face. And I drew all this stuff on here that I wanted to try to carve out. But that skull took an hour, and I was covered in sawdust. My hand was dying from the vibration of the Dremel. And I was like, that's not going to work. My wife won't let me in the house. I've got to figure something else out, you know? But I did notice, I knew I wanted to like sculpt like teeth and gums and make some sort of like visceral looking organic stuff. I just didn't know how I wanted to go about it yet. So as I was looking around online for some reference material, I saw other people were doing some stuff kind of like what I was thinking, but they were all using Sculpey. And so I decided to buy some of that and give it a shot. And that's what I did. And so I started sculpting every day, and I pretty much have been doing it almost every day for the last 6 years. And I would say the first year was just learning curve, you know, just sitting down, messing with it, seeing what will it stick to, what happens when I bake it, because it has to be baked in order to get it to get hard. It doesn't just air dry, it has to be baked. So that's kind of cool too, because you can work on a project, have it sitting around, and then come back to it later, and it won't be hard. You can get back to it. So yeah, I would say that the first year was mostly learning curve, but after that, the first big thing that ever happened to me was Miley Cyrus reached out to me on Instagram, and she said she really liked my work and the stuff that I was doing. I was making phone cases mainly. And she said she wanted to commission a custom phone case from me to give as a gift to the lead singer of the Flaming Lips, Wayne Coyne, who is a flamboyant and very silly guy. So what I did was I looked up a picture of him kind of making like a rocker face. And I made the phone case to match his teeth and his mouth and in that kind of that position. And yeah, gave it to her, and she gave it to him, and they really enjoyed it. And that was kind of like the beginning of Moldy kind of taking off in popularity, because then I started doing little things like little podcasts. I was invited to a local access show in San Francisco called the Circus of Chaos with my buddy Dave the Clown. Excuse me. And yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of taken off from there. And then, yeah, one day I was sitting around just kind of doing my thing, and I had a message from someone from Warner Brothers, and they were like, "Hey, we're working on this new show. Kathy Bates is the lead. She's going to be running a marijuana dispensary, and we want to get, you know, maybe a couple crazy bongs from you to have kind of in the background, or maybe to use in a scene somehow." I was floored because I didn't search out Miley. I didn't search out Warner Brothers. They came to me. So I ended up making my what I call the yuck mouth bong, and it actually, let's see, this is close to what it looked like. This is my Loki version, but it looked kind of like this guy with the tongue out and the mouth open, and they did use it in the second season of the show in a fake Tokler's commercial, which is just hilarious. Yeah, I was really happy with how they used it. But
I believe also your bongs were on the Big Bang Theory, isn't that correct?
No, it was just disjointed as far as I know. Yeah. So yeah, when they told me about Kathy Bates, they didn't tell me the name of the show. I had to Google, you know, upcoming stoner comedy Kathy Bates, and that's how I discovered it was this disjointed show. It was only on Netflix, and the first season they didn't use it. So and the show wasn't out yet when they told me about it and stuff. So I waited. I told everybody I made this bong for the show, and it's going to be out soon. And the whole first season they didn't use it at all. And I was like, well, shit. And then several months later, they did do a second season, and it was in like episode 7 where they have these fake commercials between scenes, and they did a spoof on Folgers. Best part of waking up is Folgers coffee in your cup, and they did this like best part of waking up is this Tokler's in your bong, and the family wakes up for Christmas morning, and I'll share a couple bong loads out of this crazy bong I made. And so that was cool because I got a lot of followers out of that. People saw that and they wanted to know where'd that come from, and they started searching Google, and I popped up and got a lot of followers out of it that way. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, that
Our
is,
boy Moldy.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
as far as that piece goes, the show was discontinued and dropped. No more seasons coming out. So the company sold that piece to a head shop in LA. That guy posted it on Instagram and tagged me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, that's cool." I wondered what happened to that. And then he sold it to somebody who keeps it in a nice case, and they love it because they love the show. So full scale.
So strange how these things happen. Really
It
is.
is. Yeah.
Isn't it just? Well, talking of things happening, boys and girls out there, today we have an artist studio tour and a little overview of materials and methods that we will be looking at with our dear boy, the father of Charlie the Chilli. And we're planning to do that whilst chomping down some nasty chili ourselves. I have our beloved Hindenburg chili extract over here. That's a lovely concentrated Carolina Reaper extract. And my dear boy Moldy, you have a beautiful, beautiful thing for us, don't you?
I've got a Sunshine Habanero, freshly picked, freshly ready to scorch my face.
Sexy as fuck. Well, I guess now is as good a time as any, huh?
Okay. Well, actually, I was going to ask you, how many Scoville in your sauce there? What are we looking at?
The Hindenburg starts off with Carolina Reaper, which works around about 1.6 to 1.9 million. And then we concentrate it down once and then twice. And so we're in the 4 to 6 million region.
No kidding.
I like it because it's thin and it passes through my body quite easily, but it has a really nice upfront face punch to it, which is good because essentially I'm an endorphin junkie, so it gives me my endorphin hit.
Get you that rush.
And what you've got there in your hand, well, habaneros are working at between 250 and 450,000 Scovilles. The 450 is the red Savina. That's definitely not a red Savina, but it looks to me like it's in the area of being something like maybe a Big Sun habanero. It's a chili we work with a lot here. We produce a sauce from that chili, actually. I'll show you. Wait there. We produce this sauce from that chili. That is Big Sun habanero sauce.
And the same color still.
Yes. And those ones around about 350,000 Scovilles.
Okay.
So
well, that's still going to burn my mouth off.
Dude, it will burn my mouth off as well. I guess it's about time for a schlontail. Cheers, my dear boy. Let's do something stupid. Oh, Christ. Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. This is the bit where I get the hiccups. It's one of my special skills in Chili World. So,
man, I can only imagine you're like 4 times stronger than that one I just ate. My mouth is already just like, what the hell did we do?
My body is complaining, but that's okay. I drive this car. The car don't drive me. That's the way I treat my body. So, lovely Mr. Moldy.
Yes, sir.
Give us a nice view of this beautiful studio, would you please, sir?